Morning, everybody. I'm leaving the TA Livingston now. Unfortunately, we're good there. Gonna be a little bit late to my drop. I don't know why, but I have my alarm set to. Oh shit! Forgot. This is only this is exit only side. I gotta go to the other. Go out the other side by where Taco Bell's at. For some reason my alarm, even though it went off, it didn't wake me up, and woke up on my own about 2:45. Realized what time it was. I'm like, oh shit! I'm only 15. I only have 15 minutes now before my delivery time, and I'm 22 miles away. I feel like the first time I've been late to a drop. I have a feeling I know what it is, what caused it. For one, I don't know, just being that tired, but then also, I fell asleep watching a TV show. I think something else auto-played after it. I think the white noise from it might have overwhelmed the alarm. I think I'm going to have to correct this by not watching TV anymore, or not having any kind of videos on when I go to sleep, just in case, because I don't want them auto playing, but sometimes they do, and it's kind of hard because I got chronic tinnitus, so it's the white noise does help. Down 99. It looked like they sent me a Qualcomm message at 2:24 or whatever the hell time it was, and let's make sure. So I don't think this is a cop there, but probably end up, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up having to pay a late fee to the receiver. Just do the best I can, and hopefully they'll work me in. It's only 3 pallets coming off. Alright guys, exit I'm going to be using is coming up. 3/4 mile away, just on the north end of Turlock, getting into the Keys there, your Keys, I don't know how to pronounce that word. There was a guy I knew from the base when I worked there. His last name was spelled the same way, and he pronounced it Keys, but I don't know. That's the normal normal way to pronounce it, or if that's just his way of his family way of doing it. Now, there is another exit further up I could also take, but it would put me right on the south end of Modesto, and I don't know if that's it's probably a truck route, but typically we don't use people don't tend to use that exit because when you leave Winco and you're going back to 99, there's no on-ramp over on that side. Like usually it comes southbound. And usually if you're coming southbound, you have to come down here to Keys Road, or Keys Road, whatever you want to call it, in order to do it. To get onto 99. Now this road here will be mostly all rural, so it'll also be a little easier to get through here than going across I forget the name of the street over there on the south end of Modesto. That's just on the north end of where Winco's at. Here's our stop coming up here at Crow's Landing. Be a right turn. Maybe a couple miles up on the right side will be where the customer is at. This will be the Winco distribution center again. Those floodlights up here on the right side are going to be the customer. Truck engines will be on the north end of the lot. So there are a couple of trucks parked right here along the street, but there are no parking signs, so they're taking a risk of getting ticketed for being there. I would not recommend parking there. Sometimes it might be alright, and other times they might ticket. Alright, here's the truck entrance. Alright, I'm going to use the middle lane here. Hate on my ear was itching. That happens a lot. Alright, 317. Oops, wrong macro. I want the arrive and stop off. Come on, I said arrive, not depart. this really sucks. Anyway, while I was on my break, tried to figure out how to get to the other end of the lower coolant line, coolant hose on my APU. I couldn't figure out where exactly to get to it. I don't know if I had to pull the radiator off, or if pulling the covers, the upper and lower covers from the APU will allow me to get to it, but it was kind of confusing. It definitely was not so easily accessible, because it looks like it goes through through something, but I don't know if removing the upper and lower covers would allow me to get to it. And then I also found out that the APU fan wasn't turning on its own, so I ended up persuading it with a screwdriver. Just gave it kind of a quick little nudge and moved the screwdriver out of the way, and then it started to spin on its own. And once it, and then it would spin on its own, but and stay spinning, but it was still still shutting off. So I'm thinking it's possible the fan just isn't spinning fast enough. In which case, I mean, just the fact that it didn't want to spin on its own originally tells me that maybe the fan motor is no good. Maybe it lost its capacitance. That's something that happens with any kind of those motors. I need to change my status.
You have 7 hours and 29 minutes of remaining drive time.
Whether it be an alternator, basically anything that has like an impeller or whatever like that, there's probably like a brushless motor or something in there. And eventually, or actually sometimes brush motor or whatever, and then sometimes the capacitance on the corrosion, whatever, the ability of it to transfer electricity, whatever, goes down over time to a point where it can no longer handle the peak power requirement. So, like, it takes a certain amount of electricity to get it to start moving. That's usually getting it started is it takes more power than what it takes to keep it spinning once it is spinning. And so I think that's what's going on there. I'm going to end up having to buy a new fan, I think, for my APU. And then I'm going to also have to get that door valve or whatever you call it for my HVAC system on the tractor too. So it's not making for some very pleasant time. Not to mention my climate control in the back is not functioning correctly, so I have to rely on the front system to get anything on the back. Short of the APU actually running. I got one other truck to go before me, and then it'll be us. Just 3 pallets. BBR breaded cordon bleu. 84 cases of the 2/5 ounce. And then 144 cases of the 6/5 ounce. Then 56 cases of uncooked breaded stuffed chicken breast with RMT, which I assume is broccoli. Stuffed chicken breast with some kind of broccoli, I guess. It's not a full load, so hopefully Hopefully it shouldn't present any problems getting into here and getting into a door right away and getting unloaded. Alright guys, got a dock door. Let me get myself in the yard moved and docking. Alright, I'll be getting door 354, which he says he believes is the very first door. And then after I'm docked in, I'll take my paperwork over to door 335, or right basically you can see the extension about the middle of the building, or the middle of the section. That'd be where the receiving office is at, and go turn the paperwork in there. Gate pass is supposed to stay here. Come on. Yeah. Like the light on the door, if it is 354, it looks like the light on it might be red. Yeah, it says go and open your door. They don't check for seals here, so they said just go ahead and break the seal, open the doors, and yeah, that is correct. Got a scale right here, and then basically, yeah, the very last door here. Look like with the yellow posts there, it could be a little bit tricky getting in there without hitting the posts, possibly. So I'm gonna stop right here and get the doors open up. Did not feel good. I accidentally cut myself with my snips trying to get the seal open, so didn't cut too deep, very deep at all, but it still hurts. I'm like, Alright, I can do try to do a jackknife turn, whatever. Best way to do this would just turn back around and then gotta be careful not to turn too sharp. Yard hostler kind of. Crap. Nowhere near my door. Let me get the tandem, the trailer over in the general area where I need it, and I'll line back up. I'm not going to do it like this. I'm going to be a little bit. No. Alright, let's get the tractor squared up here and then. Now that I'm better lined up here, I can get a better idea how much gap there really is between the door and the yellow posts. Looks like there is some room. Not a lot, but there is room. Definitely got to be careful not to come in at too steep an angle into this door. Yeah, if you come in at too much of an angle with it at this into this door, it's probably are going to hit the yellow post with the door. Quit forcing me to agree to log stuff that I haven't even looked at. Alright. Yeah. I did not feel good. Okay, so there's nothing to fill out on this thing. So I'll just go right in. Come on. Alright guys, all checked in. It's going to be, they use Capstone Logistics here for lumping service. And it's going to be a $94 lumper fee. So I'm going to use a macro 11. Put my driver code in and then amount requested 94. Company related, yes. Personal events, no. Lumper request, yes. Lumper fee. I did not ask if they want the money right away or upon completion, because sometimes customers will say they need the check before they'll even unload you, and others will say just have it ready when they're done unloading. They'll get it from you then. So it's good it's good to ask that, but I'm gonna probably go ahead and run this in there right away. Alright, now check's it's ready. Just gotta get the money code from dispatch. So now it's just a matter of waiting for that to come in. It could take up to 10 minutes or so. Hopefully not, but past experience tells me it will take about that long. Because there's a lag time. Even if they do it right away, there tends to be a delay between when they send it and when my Qualcomm actually receives it or sees it, whatever. So that'll be the next step here. Alright guys, I got my money code. Came through my text message, but I still haven't received it on the Qualcomm. So I'm surprised. Usually text message is the last way I get stuff. Alright, so we'll get in there, get it turned in, and probably get unloaded after that. Alright, lumper check's been given to them now. I'll just wait. And they do have a sign in there saying they will bring the bills and receipt to your truck when they're done. So from this point, I'm just going to go back to the back and get me a little bit more rest and wait till they wake me up or something. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright guys, it is just before 6 a.m. now and all done here. Wait on this. It looks like this guy's getting ready to dock in a few doors over. I gotta wait for him to set up first and then I'll be able to get out of my door. Be at least a 2-hour drive, actually a little bit more to get to the the next drop in Yuba City. Plus, I'm gonna need to probably stop at Flying J and probably in Lodi and top off the reefer tank because it has been burning a lot. And oh, come on, dude! You don't have to go that far forward just to guide your trailer in the right direction. Alright, and I also got this other guy closing his doors. I gotta do the same. I'm gonna get up by about where I guess I can pull forward now. Let me change my, oh, you know what? I didn't take the wheel chalk out yet. Also, yeah, it took a while for a little bit before they even started to unload me. It did not take incredibly long. Yeah, once they did, but yeah, there was, I don't know, it didn't seem, and it felt like they took more than 3 pallets out. Because you could have sworn I felt them go in and out of the trailer more than that. Let's get my doors shut. And we get the temp brought back down. Yeah, we take Crow's Landing straight up, I believe, if I remember right. Yeah. So I think last time I came here, I came from the north and took Crow's Landing down from so we'll probably get over, we'll continue this video until we get up to Highway 99, perhaps. Some kind of delay over there by the 120, so I might want to take Highway 132 across. Or, yeah. I would even consider taking Crow's Landing back down to where I was and then go back across to Patterson and get on in Patterson and send. And there's a Flying J right there in Patterson as well that I can also stop at. So yeah, there's some really bad stoppage there just north of Ripon, and I was thinking about getting fuel at that Ripon. Yeah, either there or the Flying J in Lodi. Yeah. To me, it looks like I'd rather just go south on Crow's Landing back to the road I was on. And that'll take me back across over to Patterson. I have been through Patterson before. It's pretty easy to get through. It's a pretty nice neighborhood over there by not too far east of where the Flying J in Patterson's at. I'm probably going to have some commute type traffic to deal with as I get closer to Sacramento as well on my next trip, but that's going to be a different video than this one. I'll probably just do this do this video until I get over to Patterson, and then I'll probably start a new one. What's that? Oh. I have no idea what she said, but I think, well, she pointed at the car at the gate, so must have been what she was talking about. Just alright, get up here. I'm gonna put my other seal on and put my enforcer lock back on. This is where having traffic data up helps, because I can see there's a really bad stoppage up there just north of Ripon. Okay, let's get a departure info sent. That kind of slowdown, I can't tell if it's something to do with trying to get on the highway 120, or if there's an incident that caused it. Damn it, wrong one. I want depart, stop off, macro 8. Stop number 3. 0615 at 0605.
You have 7 hours and 56 minutes of remaining drive time.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more miles, but yeah, it looks like it's a crash or something up there at the 120, so let's see if I can find the incident info on there as we're going. Checking. Cal Road report. I don't know if it's Golden Gate or no, it's not. Area by distance. Come on. Yeah, stopped and probably correct. Southbound 99 and Arch Road off-ramp, non-entry accident. I don't see anything else there. How about Merced? Don't see anything there either. So it could just be garden variety slowing there. I don't know. Highway 120 is a pretty commonly used route though. Yeah, at least out here into this turn lane. And wait on this car to go by, and then we'll get over there. Back up. parking. Actually, I might be able to use this road right here. I thought I did just see that truck turn onto that street. This one goes straight over to Wesley. Quite so far down to Patterson, and I get on in Wesley and go north from there and go ahead and stop in Lodi like I was talking about earlier. Did not see any signs back there saying no trucks allowed on this route, so it should be okay. It's mostly rural all the way down to I-5. Exactly know what the speed limit is though, probably either 45 or 55. Alright guys, coming up on California 33. I have two options here. I can either go ahead and turn north onto 33, which I will probably do, or I can continue straight ahead on this road I'm on right now, and then take me to I-5. Actually go right past Joe's Travel Center here in Wesley. Taking the I-5 route will look like it'll add us maybe a couple miles or whatever. Whereas 33 will take me more directly up to I-5. It's a little more direct route up to that part of I-5, basically. So. Yeah, I figure, I know 33's a good truck route. It's been up. I've not been on here before, but I'm familiar with it, I guess I would say. And it looks like it's fairly rural, except for we'll have to go through the town of Vernalis. But for the most part, it looks like I shouldn't have any slowdowns. It's like 7 miles to Vernalis. Be a shorter distance from Vernalis up to I-5 between from here to 132. Highway 132 and Vernalis is a longer distance than it is from where 33 and 132 meet, and where 33 and 5 meet up. Getting up there a little further. Like two cars back gonna get impatient. Like they were gesturing like they wanted to go around, but saw the other traffic coming. Let's see if they go now. Yep, looks like he's getting ready to go. Yep. We're always having an awareness. Always know what's going on with the traffic around you. Alright, so we'll continue the footage when we're getting onto I-5, and again, I said we'll end the video when we get over to the Flying J in Lodi, where I'll be making a stop for reefer fuel. Alright, we're coming up on Interstate 5 here. We're going to head north on 5. And again, we'll be stopping in Lodi. I don't know how far it is from here to Lodi. I'm not the greatest with the distances and stuff up here. It's, I've got French Camp as well, but that's something else. I couldn't even stop at the Pilot or whatever at Flying J's and French Camp. Or I think some people call it Lathrop or Lathrop. I call it Lathrop, but I think think technically the location is, or at least when you look on the map, it says French Camp, but I also know people call it Lathrop. Durham Ferry. Can't see over there, and I got sun on my face. Alright. Just trying to check my hood mirror because I couldn't see if any traffic was coming up that road to check for stop sign runners. I was trying to use my hood mirror to scan over there, but I couldn't see because the sun is glaring through my hood mirror. Until I was already getting into the intersection, and I was halfway across, whatever, when the sun finally went behind a tree and I was able to actually see anything over there. Funky interchange here. Look, I'm gonna have to turn right onto some little side street to get over to the on-ramp. Trailers. Those are rental trailers. Couldn't read the logo on it. And they're all dry vans over there, so it's not produce related. Alright guys, I'm coming up on the Roth Road exit here in Lathrop, French Camp. Whichever you prefer to call it, it doesn't matter. There's a Flying J off this exit I'll be stopping at and get me a drink and reefer fuel, and we'll end the video there. Gang of trucks here on the road, and on one particular truck that's holding everything up here in this lane, but it did me no good to try to go around them because I didn't know how close I was to the exit I wanted. I'll be right turn here at the end of the ramp, and just before the railroad tracks. On the left side will be the Flying J. They got a Kenworth dealer here. I'll be able to find out about that door valve, but I'm not too concerned about the door valve right now because it's not a cool time of the year yet. I'm more concerned about getting my APU to stay running, so I'll be more. I'm first. These guys behind me are not gonna like it, but too bad. I was here first. This interchange is always a cluster. Just because you have the off ramp and then you have a four-way stop here right after it. Alright, I'm saying UPS gets the right of way. Come on, UPS. Not be needing fuel at all. Might not even need fuel for the rest of this trip. I can probably wait till I get whatever reload I get before I need to worry about getting tractor fuel. And DEF is getting a little low, 3/8 of a tank left. But yeah, I could usually get 160 plus miles a gallon out of the DEF. So shit, right. I went to my low side, but I wasn't going slow enough to get into my low side. I was set up to downshift into 5th gear, which is the high end of my low side gears, but I've got a JCT nosed in here. But I was still going over 20 miles an hour. Usually I can't normally get into 5th gear until I'm doing like at least below 15, or at least around 15 or less. Now, one thing I noticed with this particular Flying J is if you go on their app, they actually have a thing that tells you how many spots are available. The problem is it's always inaccurate because a lot of times you're going to find bobtails parked in spots, and then the sensors don't know that there's a truck in the lane because there's a bobtail there. I might just use this lane here. I don't really care which lane I use. I'm getting just here for reefer fuel and in the video and all that crap anyway. Alright, so that'll be it for this one. We'll have some more footage for you for on the Yuba City delivery. I have some interesting stuff to show you on that one. Be sure to watch it because there's definitely some good educational information there for you guys. Alright, so if you're a non-experienced trucker or want to become a trucker, you're definitely going to want to watch that. Alright, so we'll see you guys on that video, and you guys have a great day.